right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, welcome again to another episode of NYC Half Hour here on Delta TV. Yes, I remain your host. I am Justice Onosolease, and yes, with me today in the studio, I have my wonderful looking, beautiful, and handsome gentleman here with me.
Good afternoon. I'm Merciful Emmanuel. Here's the NYSC news update. First, the headline. NYSC commences 2024 Batch B Stream 1 orientation course. Now, the news in detail. The Director General of National Youth Service.
Alright, yes, welcome back from that news. And yes, with that, we'll dive into the topic proper that we have for today with me and my guest in the studio. Yes, I have a couple of questions that we'll be looking at and to make you understand properly the topic we have for discussion for today. And the first topic that I have here is, the first question rather, is what is your understanding of bullying and how would you define it based on your past experience?
Okay. Well, my understanding of bullying is that it's a repeated and intentional behavior from an individual that causes physical and emotional harm to another person. That is what I understand about bullying. Okay.
Does anybody have
for me, I feel like bullying is an action by a group of people or a certain person in order to degrade someone's self-esteem and improve on their own. So they use bad honorific words. They insult the personality, insult the body, try and body shame the person, or they try and make the person look real bad to society.
Okay. For me, bullying is an intentional physical and emotional act of being cruel to other people, especially people who are vulnerable, are powerless, and can't fight for themselves. That's my own definition of bullying.
Okay, so has any one of us have any past experience that?
You see, in this life, there's no way, because at least take me for instance, I've been degraded because of my height and stuff like that in my secondary school days. Even till now, sometimes people see I've been called names, at least even physical doesn't reach a certain level of physical harm and stuff like that.
Wow.
But things like that, most of the things you can just do as the victim is that ignore or do the appropriate procedure, that I report, consult somebody, or just ignore, just try and bury yourself deeply and survive.
Well, may I be bullied though when I was in primary school?
Are you sure you're not
bullied? No. Well, I will say thank God for growth. Because when I was in primary school, I was a really quiet, reserved person. So there's this particular girl who always bullies me. Like, she's the queen bee of our class. The queen, and she's very short, very small. So like, I don't know, she was always picking on me because she knew I was quiet and like I won't do anything. And the worst thing of it all, like, I want to be her friend.
Wow.
Even all the bullying, the insulting, the turning people against me, I still want to be her friend. And so it was, I'll just say thank God for growth though.
Thank God for growth.
You have?
No.
She doesn't get bullied.
She's bullying.
Okay, now to the next question. It says, how prevalent do you think bullying is in Nigerian schools and the community?
It is very prevalent.
How did you handle bullying situations in your past educational or social environment?
I did not handle it. I wanted to be a friend.
They were not able to handle. Okay, she was not able.
I was not able to handle because I didn't see it to me. I was being delusional. I was being delulu.
Yeah,
I was like, she's not bullying me. She's just using play.
Exactly. The thing is that when you're young, you do not understand that you are being bullied.
Yeah.
You see everything like it's a joke. You think it's just it's just play, like he's just kidding.
And she was the queen bee, so I was thinking that if I be her friend, maybe other people will respect me. Everybody will.
Primary school mentality. It did a lot of harm, but like she said, growth. We have growth.
See, but people take bullying in different ways, and people have different ways of handling it.
Exactly. That's why I mentioned that that's why I didn't tag myself as someone that has experienced bullying. Even though I actually, right now, I know that what I experienced in the past was bullying, but I did not take it like that because as at then, I already knew my stand from the beginning. Like, I already knew that this thing they were trying to do is intimidation. So I was always the type to like, I know that when you're trying to hit me and then you want me to sit and watch you, I know that is intimidation. So I was the type not to sit and look back. I will always fight back. That's why I did not take it as bullying, because whatever they brought, I gave it double.
Them back.
So I didn't take it as
hot.
I didn't take it.
You know, we said earlier that she was the one bullying.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Okay, no problem. I agree with you. Okay, so did you witness or experience any bullying during the orientation camp?
NYSC camp is, first of all, when I was going to camp, they said you have to be mentally and physically ready.
Like,
What they meant a lot of things. Being mentally ready and physically ready means a lot of things, including this bullying, because the truth is, as an adult, as a young adult, some of the people who even bully us or who experience bullying in NYSC camp, those bullying came from some of the officials as well. You understand? It's not something we lie about, because they felt like, okay, since you're now in a military zone, we are doing military treatment.
We are training you.
Exactly, but everything should have its boundary, because there are some people who are in that camp who are married, both men and women. We both deserve our respect. As a core member, you should respect yourself. As an NYC official or army or soldier, you should also give respect to the citizens, not because you're putting on the uniform. So, but we know that so many people experience bullying, even during the registration process, how you get yelled at and stuff, like how you get talked down on. Those were parts of bullying, but yeah, we are past that stage now. So,
okay, but to you, while in the camp, how did the authorities take care of, like, the situation of the one you said that the sergeant was trying to beat the core member. So how was the situation being handled at that time?
The day after, Michelle got the rumor, the news, everybody. So people that saw, so all I heard was that the sergeant was kicked out of the camp, and I think debadged or something like that, because it was also even coming in. I think it was not even really long. He just came in, so it was debadged, and his supervisor too was also debadged. Also, they punished this thing. Well, as for the copper, they pleaded, the authorities pleaded and begged not for him to castigate, to enlarge the case too much.
Because some things like this can be risky. You don't know who that copper parent is, or you don't know who they have. They can make calls from inside and say, look at what this person did to me, and the father or the mother might be a senior official, and then come there and cause bigger problems in the camp. So,
and the guy was
they don't put into think when you're thinking, you don't think about that. They just think
about all these authorities.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like just because you're in a position of authority doesn't mean that you cannot lord over the power. They say power corrupts, and power corrupts absolutely. Yes. So just because you have that sense of power doesn't mean you should know how to use that power with intent, with integrity, and with respect. So that you're not just be lording it over this thing. It won't make sense.
Yeah, you should know that everybody does not know how to manage power. So that's just it.
Okay, no problem. So, our next question here says, how proactive? Okay, I think we already addressed that. How proactive were the officials during, addressing or preventing bullying? Did you say anything like that while in camp? The officials trying to prevent or to avoid bullying?
That's a list.
We didn't see such.
Let's leave that one. Okay, now to the next question. It says, have you observed or experienced any bullying at your place of primary assignment? So you're taking deep breath.
Why is it deep breath?
That's what?
Why is he taking a deep breath?
No,
and then everybody's suddenly quiet.
well, I haven't experienced though. So
no, I've observed.
You have observed, but you have not experienced.
I have not observed. no, I've not experienced.
Let's see what about you.
Well, there have been observations though, but I won't attach it to myself. So.
Oh, see, I like the way you're. But sincerely, yes, I think there have been some observation, because everybody is different. I don't know that. I don't think that one has happened.
No personal experience.
No personal experience. Okay, so what suggestion do you have for core members and NYC officials to better addressing bullying in future orientation camps and PPAs?
I'm just coming here to serve. Then you ate your time there. You ate everything about it. You enjoy
One of the
yourself.
things about NYSC is you should be ready to take rubbish.
Yeah.
You should be ready to take.
You should be ready to tolerate.
You should be ready to take a low life character or attitude shown to you. I don't mean like take, but you should be able to overlook. Let's just say you are young adults now. You're growing to a level, so there are a lot of things you should be able to overlook because you're not within your comfort zone anymore. So you will definitely get to see a lot of things that you're not familiar with, you're not comfortable with. So we should learn depending on the gravity of the issue. That the ones that we can overlook, they are the ones that you should at least, like he said, the government should be able to sensitize them. So my own opinion on what should be done is, if he has said the government should be able to sensitize the officials that concern NYSC camp, my own opinion on what should be done is that there should be a kind of slot or a place or room we could go to make reports. And it's something that should be taken seriously because we are talking about humans and their life, their emotional and their mental health. We are talking about sanity here because there are some people that have never experienced this thing before, and when they experience it for the first time, let's not take it that because they are grown, they are adults, they automatically are mature. There are people who are 40 something and they still act like children. So we should not take it that they can handle it because they are adults. No, there should be a slot and a place, somebody that does not feel right about an attitude from their PPO from anywhere should go and make reports. And then the report is not something that we want to escalate. It's only something that we want that to be able to be looked into, and then the PPA should, whoever is heading the PPA should be talked to and be given orientation and also sensitize the staff there and tell them, okay, this is the way we want our coppers to be treated. This is the way we want coppers to be treated. We don't need to escalate the issue. It's just something to remind them that these are people that are growing, they're adults, treat them like one. You get your respect and they respect you as well.
Simple.
Okay, Ronan, do you have any?
You have said it all.
Okay. Yes, indeed. We have said it all with my guest here with me in the studio. We have looked drastically into the topic of bullying, and we have looked into it in different ways pertaining to the National Youth Service Corps and the orientation camp and the permanent place of assignment, which is your PPA. That, see, bullying happens everywhere.
Bullying is never a good thing. I'm talking to the viewers out there right now. Both the people, because we know that there are some people going to camp at the moment, that they will still come out, and generally government parastatals and different places. Bullying is dangerous. It does a lot of harm to their mental and emotional health, thereby causing anybody who cannot take bullying to commit suicide. We have heard so many of these cases, and also a case of a lady who said she was posted to some place and they began to use her as an errand girl. She was not studying or learning what she came to do. They were using her as errand and message and a messenger, stuff like that. So this is also part of bullying. I just want to tell the people outside that bullying does a lot of dangerous things to your mental, physical, and emotional health. Please do not bully anybody. Thank you.
Yes, with that from Merciful Emmanuel, yes, we are wrapping it for the show for today on NYC Half Hour. Yes, I believe you have learned one or two things, or you have been able to take note of one or two things to look forward to as prospective corps members or as viewers out there who are trying to learn or to teach one or two things to their children, to their young adults out there, that this is what they should expect from the camp, this is how they should put in themselves, this is what they should do and what they should not do. And to the authorities, please sensitize these officials before you send them out to the orientation camp, so they don't go and beat us up and go and kill somebody in the camp. You understand? So yes. And with me in the studio, with from Merciful, from Victor, from Runa, from myself, Justice Onosola said, the host of today's program, we are saying thank you for joining us on this segment. And to the MCR, I say God bless you. To Mr. Victor, to the cameraman, I say God bless you very much. Thank you very much. And to Mr. Eddie, I say God bless you, sir. And with this, we wrap up the show for today. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Don't go nowhere.
Have a lovely weekend.
Bye.
Bye.